I used to spend over $300 a year on fertilizers. Miracle Grow, fish emulsion, blood meal, you name it. I bought it. Then my 80-year-old neighbor showed me something growing in the ditch by my driveway. She said, "That weed has more nitrogen than anything at the garden center, and it's free." I thought she was pulling my leg. I tried it anyway. 2 weeks later, my tomatoes exploded with new growth. Dark green leaves, thick stems, more fruit than I'd ever seen. My neighbor just smiled and said, "Told you so." Today, I'm sharing that exact recipe, plus the complete system for making free fertilizer from weeds. Stick around for the weed encyclopedia. I'll show you exactly which weeds to pick and which to avoid. Number 3 on my list is the absolute king of fertilizers. Let's start with step 1. Step 1. Collect your weeds. Head outside with a bucket and gather a variety of weeds from your lawn, garden beds, or even the side of the road. The key here is variety. Different weeds contain different nutrients. Some are nitrogen-rich, others are loaded with potassium, and some have trace minerals your plants are craving. Fill about half your bucket with weeds. Don't worry about being precise. This isn't an exact science. Now, which weeds should you actually pick? Let me give you the complete breakdown. First, let's talk about the nitrogen squad. These are your leaf boosters. Nettles are the king of nitrogen. If your plant leaves are turning yellow, this is your medicine. Just wear gloves when you pick them. Clover. Yes, it's technically a weed, and it pulls nitrogen right from the air into your tea. Grass clippings, free, abundant, and surprisingly powerful. I add these to every batch. Next, the potassium team. These help with flowering and fruiting. Dandelions. Those deep taproots mine potassium from way underground. Every dandelion you pull is fertilizer gold. Comfrey. And here's number 3, the absolute superstar. Comfrey is the king of weed fertilizers. It has everything: potassium, nitrogen, trace minerals. I actually grow comfrey just to make tea. If you can only find one weed, make it comfrey. Dock leaves, often overlooked, but fantastic for flowering plants. For trace minerals, add yarrow for copper, horsetail for silica, or borage for calcium. But here's what you need to avoid. Buttercup. It's toxic. Poison ivy. Obvious reasons. Any weed that's gone to seed, you'll spread weeds everywhere. Diseased plants, you'll spread the disease. Mix at least 3 to 4 different types for a well-balanced brew. Got your weeds? Perfect. Now let's prepare them. Step 2. Prepare your weeds. Chop them up into smaller pieces, roughly 2 to 3 inch chunks. This helps them break down faster. Now, here's a pro tip. Put your chopped weeds into something like an old pillowcase, a mesh laundry bag, or even cheesecloth. Tie it closed like a giant tea bag. This makes straining so much easier. Later, optional but recommended, add about 2 tablespoons of bone meal to your pouch. Bone meal is high in phosphorus, which is amazing for root development and flower production. You can find it at any garden center for a few dollars. No bone meal? No problem. The tea works great without it. Now we add water. Step 3. Add water. Grab a 5-gallon bucket. You can get these free from bakeries or delis. Just ask. Fill it with rainwater if you have it. If not, use tap water, but let it sit uncovered for 24 hours first. Why? Chlorine. Tap water has chlorine, and chlorine is basically bleach for your soil's ecosystem. It murders the good bacteria we need. Let the chlorine evaporate, then add your weed pouch. Push it down so it's fully submerged. Put a lid on loosely. You want some airflow, but keep bugs out. And now, we wait. Step 4. Let it ferment for about 2 weeks. During this time, bacteria break down the plant material and all those nutrients leach into the water. You'll know it's working when it starts to smell. And yes, it will smell. Like a swamp, like a farm. That's the good stuff happening. After 2 weeks, pull out your pouch. If you didn't use a pouch, strain through an old t-shirt. The liquid left behind is your weed tea. Liquid gold for your garden. In warm weather, it might be ready in 10 days. In cold weather, give it 3 weeks. Now, before you use this, let me save you from some common mistakes. Let's talk about what can go wrong. Because it probably will at some point. My tea smells terrible. Good. That means it's working. If it smells like a swamp, you're on the right track. If it smells sweet or like alcohol, something went wrong. Dump it and start over. There's mold on top. White fuzzy mold. Just skim it off. You're fine. Black or green mold. Dump it. The batch went anaerobic. Not enough air. It's been 2 weeks and nothing happened. Was it cold? Fermentation needs warmth. In winter, bring it inside or just wait 3 to 4 weeks instead. How do I know it's really ready? 3 signs. The liquid is dark brown, like strong tea. The weeds are slimy and falling apart. And it smells like a farm. All 3? You're good to go. All right, your tea is ready, but before you pour it straight on your plants, this is important. Dilute your tea. The concentrate is too strong. It'll burn your plants. Mix 1 part weed tea to 10 parts water. So 1 cup of tea goes into a gallon of water. When in doubt, dilute more. You can always add more, but you can't unburn a plant. Bonus tip, don't throw away the leftover sludge. That weed mush in your pouch, spread it around your plants as mulch. It'll keep feeding them for weeks. I call it double duty fertilizer. You get liquid gold and solid gold from the same bucket. Now let me show you exactly how to apply this for maximum results. How often should you use this? Vegetables. Every 2 weeks during growing season. Flowers, once a month is plenty. Struggling plants, weekly until they recover. Then back to normal. Don't overdo it. More is not better with fertilizer. When should you apply it? Early morning or late evening. Never in hot midday sun. You'll literally cook your plants. Always after watering, not before. Wet soil absorbs nutrients better. Skip if rain is coming in the next few hours. It'll just wash away. How much per plant? Small pots, about 1 cup. Garden beds, 1 gallon per 10 square feet. Trees, 2 to 3 gallons around the drip line. Water the soil, not the leaves. Pro tip, pour some diluted tea in a spray bottle and mist the leaves. This is called foliar feeding. Plants absorb nutrients 8 times faster through their leaves than through their roots. Just don't do it in direct sunlight or you'll burn the leaves. A few more quick tips on storage. How long does weed tea last? Concentrated tea, 2 to 3 months in a cool, dark place. Diluted tea, use within a week, it goes bad fast. Leftover sludge, use immediately as mulch. Quick seasonal guide. Spring, make nitrogen-heavy tea with nettles and clover. This pushes leaf growth. Summer, add more comfrey for flowering and fruiting. Fall, heavy on potassium for strong roots before winter. Winter, perfect time to stockpile dried weeds for spring batches. I make my biggest batch in June and it lasts me through August. Now let me show you what this actually does in real life. Let me show you what this actually does. Last May, I had a row of pepper plants that were struggling. Pale yellow leaves, barely growing, looking like they were about to give up. I gave them weed tea every week for 1 month. Here's what happened. Week 1, leaves started darkening to green. Week 2, new growth on every single plant. Week 3, first flowers appeared. Week 4, peppers everywhere. I counted 47 peppers on plants that had 0 a month before. 47. My neighbor asked what expensive fertilizer I was using. When I told her it was free weeds from my lawn, she didn't believe me until I showed her my bucket. And it's not just vegetables. Let me tell you about my roses. I have a 15-year-old rose bush that my wife planted when we first moved into our house. It has sentimental value. It was one of the first things we did together in our garden. Last year it barely bloomed, maybe 6 flowers the whole summer. 6. I was ready to dig it up and plant something new. Instead, I decided to try weed tea every week for 2 months. This summer, I stopped counting at 50 blooms. 50. On a plant I almost threw away. My wife asked what miracle product I was using. When I told her it was dandelions and nettles from our own backyard, she laughed. Then she saw the roses. She stopped laughing. Now she won't let me pull weeds until I've made my tea first. Now I know some of you are thinking, 2 weeks? I need fertilizer now. Fair enough. Here's the quick method for impatient gardeners like me. The 24-hour express brew. 1. Blend fresh weeds with water in a regular kitchen blender. 2. Strain through an old t-shirt or cheesecloth. 3. Dilute 1 part to 20 parts water, weaker than fermented. 4. Use immediately. It's not as nutrient-rich as the 2-week version, but it works in a pinch. I call it my emergency plant hospital recipe. But honestly, the 2-week version is worth the wait. Think of it like fine wine versus grape juice. Both work, but one is clearly better. All right, let's wrap this up with your action plan. Here's your homework. And I mean today, not someday. Go outside right now and pull 5 dandelions. Just 5. Chop them up, toss them in a bucket with water, and put a lid on it. By New Year's, you'll have your first batch of free fertilizer. Your plants will thank you. Your wallet will thank you. And the next time your neighbor asks why your garden looks so good, you'll just smile and say, "It's a secret." If you want to see my complete weed fertilizer setup, including before and after photos of my garden, hit that subscribe button. I post new gardening tips every week. Thanks for watching. Now go pull some weeds. Happy gardening.